Spain, death toll is hitting 150. 150. Death toll is at 150 in Spain from severe flooding. We praying for the people over there in Spain because these are still humans. Check it out.
This morning, the desperate rescue mission in southeastern Spain continues, with crews going door to door with boats, looking for people trapped inside flooded homes. Rescuers working around the clock after massive flooding rushed in 3 days ago. Torrential rain turning roads into rivers, sweeping cars, stacking them one on top of the other, ripping apart homes and collapsing bridges. The elderly in this nursing home were stranded, many in wheelchairs, trapped in rushing water. Staff quickly moving.
That looked crazy. Oh my God. Elderly people in nursing homes just getting washed away. Oh, dog. Homie with the phone was like, I'm just going to record, huh? Jesus Christ.
Residents, but some didn't survive, adding to a rising death toll, now surging to around 158. This man says it's unimaginable. Not even in a horror movie has he seen something like this. These satellite images showing the scale of the destruction as frustration towards local officials continues to grow. This woman saying the warnings came too late. But the focus for now, rescuing stranded survivors. This baby just airlifted to safety as Spain struggles to recover from the worst flooding disaster in decades.
Now, the Spanish government hasn't made a statement yet about reports that residents weren't given enough notice about the flooding. We are hearing from the mayor of one of the hardest hit towns who says they had no indication that the river would overflow its banks, which really contributed to just the scope of this devastation. Craig.
All right. Megan Fitzgerald for us there. Megan, thank you.
That's bad. That's bad. So prayers up to the people in Spain. We don't only complain about how our government gives us warnings in response to what we got going on. There's people around the globe that's going through it too. So prayers up for them people over there in Spain. In addition to that, in Orlando, Halloween night, last night, 8 people shot, 2 of them dead, 17-year-old in custody. Check it out.
Breaking news at 6 o'clock. Halloween celebrations took a deadly turn following a mass shooting in downtown Orlando.
Whatever his mindset was, he was going to shoot no matter what.
Within the hour, we've learned 8 people were shot, 2 have died, and now a 17-year-old is in custody. We thank you for joining us here at 6 a.m. for WESH 2 News Sunrise on this Friday, and we are going to cover this breaking news for you and bring you everything we know. I'm Jason Guy.
And I'm Meredith McDonough. Let's get right out to WESH 2's Bob Hazen in downtown Orlando. And Bob, they do have a suspect in custody.
And that suspect is 17 years old. And right now, Orlando police still have some of the blocks down here blocked off. You can see right here, this is at Orange Avenue and Pine Street. The shooting, at least the first shooting, actually happened 1 block down the road there at Central. And that's where right now the medical examiner is still conducting their investigation of the victim who was shot there. We do know 2 people were killed in this shooting. There were thousands of people out here. And I want to show you some surveillance video that we got from Orlando police this morning. And you can see those huge crowds out on Orange Avenue. There's a figure that's blurred in that video. That's one of the victims who was shot by the suspect who ran into the crowd, opened fire. We're told by Orlando police that that suspect, who was 17 years old again, ran from that spot to Washington and Orange Avenue and then shot more gunshots and killed another person there. Several other people were wounded. We are told in total 8 people were shot. Again, 6 of them were hurt, 2 of them were killed. And at that second location at Washington and Orange, that is where Orlando police, an officer was able to take the suspect down. We're told he actually saw some of the shots being fired there, took the suspect down, and he was arrested. And we heard from the Orlando police chief this morning about
Ain't nothing but black people around there, honestly. You can't really see who the suspect is, but I can see what the culture is. If y'all ever been to downtown Orlando, it's a pretty interesting place. You wouldn't really think about it because Orlando tends to be a place that is marketed to kids with the Disney Worlds and the Universal Studios and SeaWorld and all of that stuff. But, yep, it's a subculture there.
Officers' response to this attack.
During this night, we had about 100 officers who were working in detail, spread out, and as you can see in all the videos, the officers responded very quickly. The officers did a great job. They responded right when they heard the shooting. You know, as everybody else is running, they're not. They're sitting in a position looking for a shooter. They found a shooter, and they took him down.
Now, again, a 17-year-old suspect in custody. We don't know, though, what the motive for this is at this point. Orlando police, the chief said that it looks like it might have been a targeted shooting, but they have not been able to confirm that yet. They are still investigating what did lead up to this shooting.
I know what. This is the culture. Maybe an argument, tough talking, people carrying around pistols, 17-year-olds. Too many young people. Anton got to go ahead and make the adjustment, all right? And then last but not least, only 12,000 jobs was added to the U.S. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. 12,000 jobs was added to the payroll in October. Some of them are blaming it on the hurricane. Some people are blaming it on the Boeing strike. If you're voting for this administration, you deserve everything that you get. I know we have a wide range, an array of people, and if they let you vote based off of reproductive rights when you can just close your legs, but we only adding 12,000 jobs to the economy. 12,000? 12,000, and that's including government jobs. Check it out.
It's time for the October jobs report. Rick Santelli has that number. He will in about a second. Hey, Rick.
Yes, the big jobs report, and the prophecy came true. Jobs light, 12,000 in non-farm payroll. That is the lightest going back to December of 2020, and partially explained, of course, by storms, hurricanes, and strikes, but there's more nuance to come.
It's the lowest jobs report since the pandemic first hit. It's the lowest jobs report since the pandemic first hit. I mean, come on, man. Come on, bro. And they didn't even do the revision yet. That's the initial jobs report. You know they usually revise it down and be like, oh, yeah, I mean, actually, it wasn't even as robust as it really was, but we got to go ahead and revise it down and see what's happening. Jesus Christ. All right, let me go ahead and play it so y'all can get the full context. This is just bad.
If you look at what the unemployment rate is, that remained at 4.1. So people are going to scratch their heads. Hey, lousy jobs report, why 4.1? Because the rate comes from the household survey, and the household survey counts those that are off work, absent due to strikes and storms. So they're counted as employed. It remains at 4.
Jesus. Oh, so wait a minute. So even if you on strike, even if you unemployed, even if you at home, that still counts as you're employed. So the unemployment numbers can be skewed to this is master accounting. God, Lord have mercy. Y'all want another 3.5 years of this? I'm just asking. Look, this is supposed to be the time that they swing it up the most because we right in the middle of or towards the end of an election season. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Y'all, I can't even believe that we discussing this, that we debating this, that people really are okay. Yo, let me tell you something. I know a woman, I don't know her personally, but I'm familiar with a woman that couldn't afford her rent, was begging for student loan forgiveness, didn't get it, working every single day, working a decent job, and recently been evicted out of her home and she practically living out of her car. You know who she voting for? Kamala Harris. Honest to God. There are people out here, women and stuff, that's in between homes, is employed, can't even afford to breathe wrong, and they still voting for Kamala Harris because they don't want to vote for Trump. Good God Almighty. Do y'all realize how good we had it now? I just can't. I was like, no way that that's happening. Yes way. And then you know what the funniest thing about this is not only do they do it, they will hold me accountable. Now, I'm doing incredibly well, right? I'm doing incredibly well. And they will sit there and give me the third degree about why I'm not on code voting for Kamala Harris, because I don't want to even have the same mentality as a person like you. How you gonna be broke holding a rich man accountable?